All right, hello, welcome back. It is Monday, day 11 of quarter 4. We are going to start a new unit this week, which is all about volume. So this week we're going to learn about how to find the volume of a cylinder. So same thing as last week. Make sure that as you're watching this Edpuzzle that you are taking notes / doing homework number 5. So remember, you should have a separate piece of paper out on your desk right now, and you should be writing down the parts of a cylinder, the definitions, the formula, steps as I go through them, and then you're also going to copy down the examples that I do as well. Also, remember, it's really important that you put your name, date, and period on this piece of paper and the title as well, or you will get points taken off. And so remember, this page that I'm on right now is an example of what your work should look like when you submit it at the end of the week. All right, so let's get started. All right, so the first thing I want to do is go over the different parts of a cylinder and the vocabulary, so you guys are familiar with the terms that I'm going to use when solving for the volume of a cylinder. So first thing we need to know is the height. The height is the vertical distance from the top and bottom of the figure. So right here, here's the height. From the very top to the very bottom, how tall is the object, right? So that's the height. And then we have our base. The base is the surface a solid object stands on. So here we go. Here's the surface that the solid object stands on. The base for a cylinder is a circle, so that will help us later. So the base of a cylinder is a circle. As you can tell, some bases are different shapes, so we need to know that the base of a cylinder is a circle. And the last thing is radius, which you guys have seen this before in Math 7. It is a straight line from the center to the edge of a circle. So here's your radius right here, from the center to the edge. So you need to be familiar with what is the height, the base, and the radius, because that's important, because moving on, we need to know the formula. So pretty much for finding the volume of a cylinder class is all you have to do is plug it into the formula. So it is pretty straightforward, but I want to talk about this formula real quick. So I want to show you guys where the formula comes from first, so you guys are familiar with how we got this formula, but you aren't going to be responsible for proving the formula, but I do think it would help if you're just aware of where I got all the information for the formula. So the formula for the volume of a cylinder is volume equals area of the base times height. So the big B means area of the base, as you can see right there, and then we have height. So just so you guys are aware, this is why it's really important we know that the base of a cylinder is a circle, because it says the area of the base. Well, our base is a circle. What is the area of a circle? What is that formula? It is area equals pi r squared, right? So the area of a circle is area equals pi r squared. So that is where we got our formula from, which is volume equals pi r squared times h. Well, remember, what's r squared? You're just multiplying it by itself. So another way to write it is volume equals pi times r times h. Sometimes that's a little bit easier to remember, especially when plugging it into the calculator. So I suggest that you use this formula when plugging it into the calculator. All right, so that's the formula. That's super important. Next thing I want to talk about is our steps. So real quickly, I'm going to go over the steps. Remember, you will be writing down these steps as we go along. So here are our steps. Number 1, you need to write the formula. It's really important that you're always writing the formula. I think it helps us remember it easier. Okay, so step 1. Step 2, identify the radius and the height. That's the most important thing we need for the formula. So we need the radius and the height. Step 2, substitute the values into the formula. Step 3, you're going to apply the formula and multiply straight through. And the last thing, I tell you guys this all the time, step 5, you cannot forget to label. That's super important. If you do not label, you will be losing points, all right? All right, so here we go. Let's do problem number 1. So I'm just going to follow the steps exactly. All right, so step 1, it says write the formula. So the formula was volume equals pi times r times h. right? So we did step 1. Step 2, identify the radius and the height. Well, remember, the radius is from the center to the edge, so the radius is 2, and our height is 6, right? Top to bottom on the base, so that is 6. So that's step 2. Step 3, we need to substitute the values into the formula. All right, so here we go. We said the radius is 2, so I'm going to plug in 2 for the radius, and we said the height is 6. So that is step 3. We're done. Step 4, apply the formula and multiply straight through. All right, so here we go. We have volume equals pi. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, times 6 is going to give you 24. For pi, I want you guys to use 3.14 for the value of pi times 24. Plug that into your calculator and you should get volume equals 75.36 units. Okay, now when we do volume, it's going to be cubed. So this time with volume, we do units cubed. So you can't forget that. So the volume of this cylinder is 75.36 units cubed. Remember, we have to label and it needs to be cubed. The reason why it's cubed is because we multiplied 3 things in a row. So that would give us volume units cubed. All right, here we go. Problem number 2. Let's just go through the steps. So step number 1, write the formula, which is volume equals pi times r times r times h. So step 1. All right, so step 2, identify the radius and the height. Well, the radius is from the center of the circle to the edge, so that's going to give us 2 centimeters, and our height is from top to bottom, which is going to give us 4 centimeters. So step 2 is done. Let's go with step 3, which is substitute the values into the formula. All right, so substituting in, we have 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and our height is 4 centimeters. So step 3 is done. Then we're going to do step 4, which is apply the formula. So here we go. We have volume equals pi. Remember, it's 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters, which will give us 4 centimeters squared. And then times another 4 centimeters will give us 16 centimeters cubed. And the last thing we have to do is remember pi is 3.14 times 16 centimeters cubed. The final answer will be volume equals 50.24 centimeters cubed. So the volume of this specific cylinder is volume equals 50.24 centimeters cubed. Now remember, we have to label it centimeters cubed because as you can see, we did centimeters, centimeters, centimeters. So we multiplied centimeters 3 times. That's where we get the centimeters cubed. All right, here we go. Example number 3. So we're just going to go through the steps. Step 1, write the formula. So our formula is volume equals pi times r times h. So we did step 1. Step 2 is to identify the radius and the height. Our radius is from the center to the edge, which gives us 4 inches. And our height is going to give us 10 inches, which is top to bottom. So step 2 is done. Step 3, we need to substitute the values into the formula. Okay, so we said the radius is 4 inches, so I put 4 inches again, and our height is 10 inches. So step 3, substitute, that's done. Now apply the formula, and so we're just going to multiply straight through. So we have volume equals pi. 4 times 4 is going to give us 16 inches squared, and then times 10 is going to give you 160 inches cubed, because we multiplied inches 3 times. Then we have volume equals 3.14, which is the value of pi, times 160 inches cubed. If you plug that into your calculator, your final answer will give you 502.4 inches cubed. So the volume of this cylinder is 502.4 inches squared. Make sure, or sorry, inches cubed. That's super important. So inches cubed, because that is our final step, is to make sure to label everything. Okay, so that's the first lesson on finding the volume of a cylinder. I want you to try to do number 4 on your own. Just follow the steps just like I did for the last 3 examples, and then we will do more of this throughout the week. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this video helped, Miss Turner.